Section 0 of Letters of Jonathan Oldstyle, Gentleman. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by James K. White. Letters of Jonathan Oldstyle, Gentleman, by Washington Irving. Biographical Notice. When a writer has acquired great renown by his productions, and has established his reputation as a man of genius, we naturally feel a curiosity to become acquainted not only with his personal but his intellectual history. We like to trace up the current of his mind to its first tricklings, as it were, and to listen to its prattlings among the pebbles, as it is hurrying along to its broader and bolder channel. The author of the Sketch Book has become more distinguished than perhaps any other American writer, and even England has been constrained to acknowledge that his productions are among the most elegant specimens of English composition. In the year 1802, Mr. Irving first attracted public notice by publishing in the Morning Chronicle a series of sportive pieces under the signature of Jonathan Oldstyle. To the new generation of readers produced by the lapse of 22 years, we trust that their republication will be peculiarly acceptable. It is in these specimens that we may perceive the germ of that genius which soon after blossomed in Salmagundi, shot forth in wild luxuriance in Knickerbocker, and finally displayed its rich fruit in the Sketch Book and Bracebridge Hall. A brief account of the life and writings of Mr. Irving will perhaps not be deemed superfluous by the readers of this little publication. The city of New York has the honor of being the birthplace of this distinguished author, who has given such éclat to the literary reputation of our country. He was a student in Columbia College in the year 1800, but, by reason of his infirm health, was under the necessity of relinquishing his classical studies and of devoting his attention to pursuits less compulsory and severe. By way of recreation, he was advised to take lessons in drawing, and for this purpose he put himself under the tuition of a gentleman whose drawing academy still maintains a high reputation in our city. What proficiency he made in this art we have not the means of ascertaining. It is presumable, however, that this kind of sketching was not that which best accorded with his genius, nor probably consisted with his health, for he soon afterwards began to turn his thoughts to travel, and a voyage across the Atlantic was recommended by his physician, and encouraged by his kindred and friends. In the interim, however, and indeed before this determination had been taken, his elder brother, now in England, was editing a newspaper in this city, and although a political paper, and devoted to the views and interests of a party, yet some portions of its columns were occasionally embellished by hands unseen, with the flowers of poetry and literature, and sometimes enlivened by flashes of wit and humor. An inviting opportunity here presented itself for trying the scarcely fledged wings of our juvenile author, and a twofold benefit could be conferred, credit to himself, and relief to the careworn and harassed editor, whose political conflicts did not allow him leisure to woo the muses to his aid. And he knew that without some contributions from the Pierian district, his paper, even in this bank-note world, would soon decline, for the want of contributions of a more substantial quality. It was at this period that the light pieces now republished first made their appearance. They attracted a good deal of notice, and the Morning Chronicle was eagerly sought for by the lovers of genuine native humor. Mr. Irving then embarked for France, from whence he proceeded to Italy, and went as far as Rome and Naples. His travels and residence abroad enabled him to entertain his friends at home with the most amusing accounts of his various adventures, and the most picturesque descriptions of everything that presented itself to his ready and lively apprehension.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?